Well, folks, this is kind of the setup here. This is a 2014 Mazda CX-9's all-wheel drive Grand Touring, whatever, rear axle, and this is kind of what you're gonna have to do if you want to remove it without taking apart the rear diff. So basically, you're going to be taking off your lower arm, whatever, lower control arm. You're going to be taking that off. You're going to be taking off your lower linkage. Here to show you guys. So that's going to be your lower linkage right there. Then coming over here, I just removed the strut just to give yourself a little bit more, and then your lower arm here, and then also that guy up there, which is your upper link or something. I forget what it's called. But you'll need to remove that basically. Everything out of there to get access to here. And this is going to be a pain in the ass because you'll almost have to like pull this off and kind of slide that portion out unless you plan on removing that sway bar link. And then there's also the actual mount in the back here that you can disconnect, and then this whole assembly will just come off. Trying to figure that out was a very hard pain, from there's no access to a pry bar to anything else, and I kind of took a last minute shot at it. You might need a sacrificial set of pliers, but essentially when you're down here, so when you're down here, you can kind of see how this one is. So what you'll need to do is, once you get everything kind of opened up, is I just took my 2 sets of pliers in there on either side and basically knocked her out. And this is after beating it with a hammer, pry bars, I mean, you name it, and it was not budging one bit. But a set of long needle nose pliers, basically some long needle nose, and kind of making sure that they're both kind of right here and just prying it off. that was the magic trick. And literally all of this, because I was replacing a wheel bearing, or a wheel hub bearing, and that stripped on me midway while cinching it down. All this. So if you are doing rear hubs on I think it's 2007 to 2014 Mazda CX-9s, please be careful with these threads, because if you don't, then you'll have to do all this like I'm doing. So, got the new axle in. What I recommend doing is, when you come down, slide it through this portion first and then align it. You'll have to pull the seat back a little, but once you do that, make sure that that ring inside, I'll show you on this one, the ring inside is facing upwards like that, not on the side. Make sure it's facing up, and then just leave it there so that when it comes in, it'll be a lot smoother. But then when you get it in here, once you line it up, you can literally use your axle shaft, and don't be aggressive with it. Just slide it back a little and knock it in. I did it about 2-3 times and it slid right in where it needs to slide. I still want to give it a couple bangs just to make sure, but so that's the other sides, that's this sides. So I'm gonna give it a couple more whacks just to make sure it's seated. But that's that. That's that. Now just reverse assembly for everything else, and you're good to go.